Welcome to our Feature of the Week video. Today I'm excited to show you one of the new features in MonolixSuite version 2024. We'll explore how to effortlessly create the plot customization preset and apply it to plots across projects. This feature follows the plot customization transfer feature introduced in the previous Feature of the Week video. I recommend you to watch it first. Check out the video linked below to learn more. I will show you two main situations where this feature is useful. First, for general settings that you want to apply to all plots and even share among colleagues. And second, project-specific settings such as stratify that I want to repeatedly apply as I develop a model for a given dataset. I reuse the same model as last week. I have a parent metabolite model with final estimates and generated plots. The dataset contains 4 different observation types: urine, PD, parent, and metabolite. In the first situation, I would like to share the results. I have customized my plots to a format I prefer to use consistently. This customization is not specific to any single project, making it suitable for different studies. It could serve as an in-house plot preset according to some company guidelines for presenting plots uniformly. The data points are now black in all plots. The mean curve in observed data is red. Observations versus predictions plots show the subplot population predictions and are in log-log scale. The identity line appears in red and the spline is displayed as a dashed curve in yellow. And for the residuals, I show all subplots, ones versus time and ones versus predictions. In the VPC, empirical and predicted percentiles are colored black. For the diagnostic plots that refer to the statistical model, I show the correlation coefficients in both plots. The transfer plot customizations between plots feature made this task less time-consuming, but I would still need to repeat these adjustments for other projects requiring the same modifications to align with the company guidelines. By creating a plot preset, I can save all the customizations I have made in a project and select and apply them for future projects. This saves me having to repeat the same customizations over and over again across projects. Let's assume I have finished my plot customizations. I would now like to save all plot customizations via a preset. To do so, I click on the Save button at the bottom of the left panel. This opens another window where I can specify more details for my preset creation. First, I give the preset a name. I call it In-house plot preset. Then, I specify which observation ID the customizations should be based on by selecting it from the drop-down menu. In this dataset, we have 4 observation types available. My preset shall be based on observation ID Y2 meta, because these are the plots I have customized. Next, I choose which configurations to save: stratifications, settings, or preferences, which correspond to the 3 tabs of the right panel in the plots. As I have only made customizations in settings and preferences, I unselect the checkbox next to stratify. I can also add a short description to the preset. Finally, I can decide whether to set this new preset as the default for all MonolixSuite applications. The plot customizations I have made correspond to company guidelines, so they should always be applied when I work in Monolix, regardless of the project. I therefore select the checkbox, which means that the configurations I have selected in settings and preferences now correspond to the default setting. Then I click on Create. Now I see in the left panel of the Manage Plots Presets window within the Custom Preset section the preset I have just created. I will open a demo project. The plots will appear with the customizations that I have defined in this default plot preset. You can see how quick and easy it is to save plot settings via a preset. This feature enables me to standardize the plots across various projects with configurations saved in a preset. They can be quickly accessed and applied, ensuring consistency across all my projects. Note that a few settings that appear in the settings panel are never saved to presets. This is the case for bin settings, axis limits, and axis labels. To share the preset I have created with somebody else, I can reopen the preset window via the menu bar in Settings, Manage Presets, Plot Formatting, select the preset I have created and click on Export. This allows me to save the preset as a LixPST file, which I can send to others. To import a preset and have it available in the list, I simply click on Import. In the preset list in the left panel under the category System Presets, there are two predefined system presets provided by MonolixSuite, one called Grayscale Preferences. This preset only contains modifications concerning the colors, tick sizes, label formatting, label spacing, and plot title sizes, meaning it only refers to preferences of the plots. Typical reporting settings contains configurations only in the plot settings tab that relate to typical plot settings. For the second situation, I show a different run of the same project. This time I customize my plots more specifically for this dataset, in particular by stratifying by study. To begin with, all plot customizations in Stratify, Settings and Preferences within a project are retained if I modify the model by changing the structural model, adding a covariate, including correlations, save as new project, and rerun. So no plot preset is needed for this. However, you may at some point start a new Monolix project from scratch for a similar dataset. In that case, the customization is not automatically kept, so it may be useful to create a preset. For this project, I have split and colored the plots by study ID. Plots with a temporal profile are in semi-log scale, and observations versus predictions are in log-log scale. I would like to save the stratification choices and also the settings, so I save these customizations as a preset. I click on Save, assign the preset a new name, MIDD projects for instance. I leave Y1 parent as the observation ID on which the preset should be based. The customizations relate to stratifications and settings. So I deselect Preferences and I click on Create. I now have a Monolix project from a previous run of the same study but without plot customizations. To apply the previously defined MIDD project preset to this run, I click Apply, select Apply Formatting from Preset and choose MIDD projects. I keep Stratify and Settings checked. The Preference checkbox is disabled since the preset only includes customizations for Stratify and Settings. I leave all plots selected and click on Apply. And indeed, the VPC and the observed data plot are split and colored by study ID in semi-log scale, while the observations versus predictions plot is split and colored by study ID in log-log scale. The plot preset feature is also included in pkAnalix and Simulix and works exactly the same as I've described here for Monolix. To conclude, let me demonstrate one last thing. If I would need to undo all plot customizations in my project, I simply press the Reset button. This action restores the default settings for all plots in the project. Essentially, it applies the preset that I set as default during the first example. If no custom default preset has been defined, the system default settings for Monolix are applied. In summary, using presets streamlines your workflow, offers flexibility, and maintains plot consistency across projects. Furthermore, since presets can be imported and exported, they facilitate seamless sharing among colleagues. Thank you and see you next time.